up, guys? Welcome back to Expedition Bound. I've got a kind of another review. I don't know what kind of video you necessarily want to call it. Just something cool I wanted to show y'all. Some people understand suppressors, some people don't. But we've had ours for quite a while, and I thought I'd give you an idea of what ours is and give you kind of a review of the one we ended up picking up. But just to kind of, here it comes in this little case. This is a Silencerco Specwar 7.62. It is a few years old, so I don't even know if they make this model anymore. But that is, as you can see, just your regular old run-of-the-mill suppressor. It does use adaptable muzzle brakes or flash hiders, depending on how you do it. But I think there's two or three different styles that they use on there. It's not a quick ratcheting style. It is literally a thread with a locking ring on it. But we've used this one, like I said, for a few years and on a few different calibers. 300 blackout, 308, 5.56, pretty much anything that's underneath 30 cal. It does an amazing job on there, and not necessarily subsonic rounds either. One of the coolest deals I think about this is that it suppresses supersonic rounds very easily. Just this weekend, we ended up using it to dispatch some animals around the farm, and you really, from a distance, I really hadn't had a chance to hear it from a distance, and it really did an amazing job on doing that. So, and not allowing to disturb the neighbors. But if you haven't really got a chance to mess with this, or mess with one of these, it's an amazing, fun thing to have. This one actually uses, like I said, the lock ring, if you can see that there. See if I can rotate it into the locking ring right there. And one thing that's very important is to make sure that is in the unlock area before putting it on your muzzle brake or anything. Because if you tighten it and it's in the locked area and then you twist it without thinking about it, it'll be in the unlocked and it won't have all the tension on it that it needs. But what we usually mount it on is we've got, I'll put this down real quick. Got a bolt action Savage 308 cleared and everything, so there's nothing in here, with a millet scope on it. But like I said, this mounts to this brake right here. I forget the name of the actual brake itself, but it's actually pretty loud without the suppressor on it. But just to show you how that goes on. So obviously this is in the unlocked position. You can see by where that's, I guess you'd say detent or screw is. But it basically just goes on like so, till it's all the way tight, tightened down, and then the ring is twisted, and that's it. So now have your whole package done up like that. It does increase the weight quite a bit, and obviously the length of the barrel, but most of the time, as you can see, it's on a bipod, so you can hunt your hogs and stuff with it without any issues. And I believe in Arkansas we are allowed to hunt with them also, so it's not a big deal. But then again, also to take it off, you twist the ring back and then grab it and twist it off, and then there you are. Like I said, we've used that on 300 blackout with supers and subs. It's insane with a subsonic. 300 blackout. It's not bad with a supersonic 300 blackout either. It kind of just has the high pitch of the round, but the really, really quiet stuff is the bolt action Savage axes that we have that we rebarreled to a 300 blackout, and that is what's really crazy to shoot with subs. I have loaded some subsonic 308 rounds. They say you probably don't want to do that through one of the standard ones that's designed to shoot supersonic, and that's mainly because the twist rate and everything is not set up for that. So we tend not to do that too much, and you have to use a special powder also because of the burn rate or the fill capacity of your case. So if you use a slower burning powder, it tends to, because your case will sit flat, it might sit below where your actual primer goes off, or your primer hole, I guess, flash hole, however you want to say it. As it goes off, it can cause, some say, a double charge, or not double charge, but double explosion, I guess, where you're basically setting the primer off, it's pushing the bullet out into the lands and into the rifling, and then your powder goes off secondary, and it causes the gun basically to fail. And obviously it could possibly damage you or your whole weapon system, but I just thought it was something interesting y'all like to see. I had a chance to have it this weekend and get a chance to mess around with it, and yeah, it's a pretty good thing to have. Just remember that you got to have a tax stamp and everything to have them. I have a tax stamp. We have a trust, everything, and we keep that up to date, with all the regulations and everything. We haven't had to use it in a while because we have two entire suppressors for the whole thing. But just something pretty cool to look at and to think about. If you hunt, you're allowed to hunt in your state with a suppressor. You don't have to really worry about hearing protection. You don't have to, too bad. It does still, like I say, if you use a supersonic, still have a pretty good crack to the round because obviously it's breaking the sound barrier, so you don't want to, do a whole lot there. But, if you guys like the videos like this, please subscribe, give us some likes, and we're working on some t-shirts and stuff for your stuff to kind of sell for the channel, so we can do pretty cool videos. Before too long, I'll do a shooting video of taking a couple of the guns that I put on here out to the range, and we'll have a range day and things like that. But we'll get to that later. But we do all kinds of things. They say when you do a YouTube channel, like, oh, you gotta pick the niche or whatever of what you're doing, and we just like it all, so that's our niche, is everything, so however you pronounce that. But that's what we're gonna do. But thank you for stopping by, and have a good day.